Welcome everyone to our first Learn More webinar series. Today's webinar will introduce us to Thomas More University's Robert W. Plaster College of Business and help us to learn more about what's new and exciting for students interested in that college. Joining me today, I'd like to introduce and welcome Dr. Bruce Rosenthal, Dean of the College of Business. Welcome, Dr. Rosenthal.
Thank you very much, James. I'm delighted to be here.
Thank you. So as many of our viewers have seen, there's a new academic building going up on campus and slated to open this summer. Can you tell us more about the new academic building?
Yeah, it's a multi-million dollar building that will feature state-of-the-art classrooms. One of the other things that it will feature for the first time on Thomas More campus is Bloomberg Lab. And Bloomberg is a software that fits into normal computers that allows the computers to analyze real-time data having to do with the financial markets. So when I was a businessman, I actually worked for a company that produced a competitor to the Bloomberg equipment. And what it does is give real-time prices for bonds and stocks and currencies and things like that allow students to look more deeply into what the financial markets are doing at any given moment, second by second, literally. So we will have, I think, 15, 20, something like that, of the Bloomberg terminals in a lab that is dedicated for that purpose. The other classrooms will be state of the art. We'll have a beautiful new auditorium. That building will also house Faith and Mission, and will also house the Zembrodt Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation. So it is a testament on the part of the university to how important the College of Business is.
Yeah.
And to be absolutely honest, when I was interviewing for this position almost 3 years ago, I had a conversation with President Chillo, and that's what turned me on to the university. That's what made me want to come here.
Okay.
That the university was making that big of a commitment to the College of Business to make sure that we have the biggest and the best and the brightest and everything focused on business students.
That's great.
So it's an exciting thing for the students to have. Most of the business classes will be in the new buildings. It's all steel and glass and brick. It's a gorgeous building. So
Great. Well, we can't wait to see it.
yeah.
So let's switch gears here and talk about programming. What changes have been made to degree programs within your college over the past year? And are there any new degree programs that are coming soon or that you would like to highlight?
Yeah, no, it's a wonderful question. We actually have quite a bit. As I said, I've been here not quite 3 years, coming onto it. And in those 3 years, we've done quite a bit in terms of programming and curriculum changes. For one thing, we have a Bachelor's of Science in Finance, which we never had before. We had concentrations in finance, but not a major. Now you can major in finance. We have a newly put together or newly created major in marketing, and we hadn't had that before either. We have been approved to have a Bachelor's of Science, I believe, in Hospitality Management, which we never had before. And that's a very hot new item. We are moving into concentrations and courses on data analytics, which we had not had before. We have a concentration now in sustainability, which we had not had before. One of the reasons why I was speaking a little bit earlier about why I was interested in coming to Thomas More 3 years ago. One of the reasons that Thomas More is interested in me was because I have a very strong focus on sustainability and the corporate role in sustainability. And I firmly believe that the majority of advances in terms of social justice and sustainability, care for the environment, will be done by corporations.
Oh, yeah.
And so I am a firm believer that our students need to understand how corporations are actually stepping up to the plate, what they're doing and how they're addressing this. And so we have a concentration on sustainability. At some point or another, I'd like to put a minor in for it. We have a minor in entrepreneurship. And one of the questions I believe you're going to ask later is about centers.
Yes.
And we have a center. It's named after the Zembrodt family. It's the Zembrodt Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation. That will be housed in the new building as well, but that comes with a minor in entrepreneurship and all kinds of things. We've got students this week, I think, going to a local competition for new ideas or whatever.
Right. Mhm.
Just last evening, we had a competition among high school students for entrepreneurship, entrepreneurial ideas and concepts for new businesses. So we're very much focused on
Yeah.
that as well. We have new courses that we are bringing in. One is a course on called Creativity and Innovative Thinking.
Mhm.
And that's a course that I have a lot to do with the creation of, but we have people who are involved in design, thinking, and creativity for a living coming in and teaching that. We have a course that I teach on the culture and society of Japan. I just finished teaching it, and this past week, literally last week, we came back from a 10-day visit to Japan.
That's exciting.
So we had alums and students mixed together. There were 23 of us
Mhm.
that went to Japan for 10 days, 4 days in Tokyo and 6 days in Kyoto, which was very exciting, very interesting. So we have a lot of different things. One other that before I forget,
Yeah.
we just created a minor in arts management.
Okay.
So this is for students who, on the creative side, need a little bit more background in business
Mhm.
because arts are a business.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift is a business. The Cincinnati Museum of Art is a business. The
Mhm.
ballet is a business. And so we will have a minor in that we already have students signing up for. So we have lots of different dynamic things going on that I think enhance students' ability to think critically and analytically, dig into the Catholic intellectual tradition and the Catholic focus that the university has, and prepares them for what they will need to know in the business world.
Yeah.
Increasingly, students that go out and start doing interviews for businesses, they're increasingly being asked, tell me what you know about sustainability. Tell me why sustainability is important.
Mhm.
And if our students don't know, or graduating students don't know much about sustainability or anything about it, they'll be, what is swiped left or whatever the term is, almost immediately. Companies are increasingly focused on how can we use sustainability to make ourselves better, more resource efficient, that kind of thing. Our students need to know that.
Oh,
So we've got a lot of things that I think are making the College of Business a very exciting place to come to and an exciting place to work with, an exciting place to graduate.
Yeah, it sounds like you're trying to stay state of the art and on top of all the trends within
That's-
the business world.
That's the idea. Yeah.
Yeah. So you touched on this a little bit, but are there any centers within the College of Business that you want to highlight?
Well, again, the Center of Entrepreneurship and Innovation is a very big deal, and the woman who's in charge of that, Zeni Al-Bahrani is her name, or everybody just refers to her as Mrs. A, is working very, very hard to make sure that lots of students have lots of opportunities to be entrepreneurs themselves, to link in with other entrepreneurs or link in with businesses. We also, it's not a center specifically, but we have a woman working for us whose full-time job is to get students co-ops and internships and to forge relationships with companies so that students who are looking for part-time jobs, internships, co-ops, that kind of thing, will have links to major corporations in the area, nonprofits, for-profits, international companies, local companies, all the way from P&G to Mazak to everything in between. So her job is to get you a job, and her job is to make sure that when you graduate, you have on your resume, I did this for this company, and these are the responsibilities that I had, and this was how I accomplished them. So we've got lots of things like that going on to support the students and make sure that the students have the background that they need, the support that they need, and just the general networking and atmosphere, environment, ecosystem to make sure they're successful.
Yeah.
To me, as the Dean of the College of Business, I know that we've been successful if one of our students hands in his or her resume to a potential employer, and the potential employer looks at that resume and says, oh, okay, now this looks interesting. Tell me about that. You took a class in creativity and innovative thinking. Tell me what you went over in that class. You minored or you had a concentration in sustainability. That's of interest to me. Tell me what you did in that. Okay, you minored in entrepreneurship. how do you think that you can use your entrepreneurship skills inside of a corporation?
Mhm.
And there actually is a buzzword for it is intrapreneurship,
Mhm.
where you are in a large company, but you are acting as an entrepreneur within that company. So that's what my goal is, to have our students graduate, have them put their resumes in front of a potential employer, and have that employer say, wow, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that. I want to speak to you.
Yeah.
And then eventually enhance the reputation of Thomas More to the point where even a recruiter, even if he or she has not seen your resume, if he or she knows that you graduated from Thomas More, they're interested in seeing you because they've known now that they've talked to so many Thomas More students.
Mhm.
They know that there's a level of quality that they can come to expect. So
Yeah.
that's our goal.
Well, hey, it sounds like Thomas More is, going to be on the forefront and what all the businesses are looking for. So it's
Well,
great work.
Yeah, no, I'd like to say that our motto for the College of Business here is if you're serious about a career in business, you have to come here because we're the ones who get it.
Mhm.
And so, yeah.
It sounds like you certainly do. So how can the public find out more about what kind of classes are required for each major?
The best thing to do is to come to campus and sit and talk to an advisor or sit and talk to one of the student guides that we have.
Mhm.
We are more than happy to reach out to students who are in the high school level or students who are thinking of transferring or adult students who are thinking of coming back and sitting down with them and asking very basic, straightforward questions such as, okay, what are your goals? What is it you want to achieve? What's your dream?
Yeah.
Tell us, what you think about yourself for the future and let us help you get there,
Mhm.
which is to a large degree what our entire mission is.
Yeah.
We have students coming to us in a variety of ages and situations, and they're saying to us, this is my dream. This is what I want to do with my life. Help me.
Mhm.
And so that would be a very good step to come to campus, sit down and talk to us. Tell us what your dreams are. Tell us what you want to accomplish, and we'll help you get there.
Okay.
A more, I guess, basic way would be to look at our website, go through what you think you might want to major in,
Mhm.
and look at those classes. The names and I believe numbers of everybody involved in the College of Business are there. And if you don't know, you can call up the central number for the College of Business, and our administrator will put you in touch with the people that you need to talk to.
Okay.
But we are very, very interested in each student individually.
Mhm.
And each student is an individual. Each student will learn in a different way. Each student will learn at a different pace. Each student will need support in a variety of ways. And that's what we're there for, to help you reach your goals.
Yeah.
You've reached your goals, then we have, then we've been successful. And that links in with what I was just talking about, that a corporation looks at your resume and goes, yeah, that's the one that I want.
Mhm. Okay. Well, that's great. So this necessarily doesn't tie into the College of Business, but it does in
Sure.
the same way. So I heard that the Governor's School for Entrepreneurs is coming this summer. Are you able to tell us a little bit about what that is?
A little bit. That's not. I've not been essentially involved in that, but that is a program where high school students come to campus and are involved in learning about entrepreneurship and learning about businesses or whatever. And they come to campus, basically live on campus for a couple of weeks and have instructions and experience and contests and whatever competitions here on campus, learning from their people, having experiences through our people, through corporations that come to campus and
Mhm.
work with them. As I said, I'm not, that's really the extent that I know.
Sure.
Probably it would be better to speak to Mrs. A, Jenny
Mhm.
Al-Bakrani, and get her to talk about it. She'll be able to do it in more detail.
Yeah, sounds like a great partnership.
It is very, and it's a kind of a feather in our cap.
Yeah.
They look for colleges that have a lot of support and a lot of, exciting things going on, and to choose a partner. And we were very gratified that we were chosen.
Yeah,
So
that's a great opportunity.
it is.
So one final question for you. Is there anything that we haven't covered today about the College of Business that you might want to highlight or you want to feature for our webinar attendees?
Only that, again, we are doing exciting things in the College of Business. I think in this in this climate that we see now, I've seen a bunch of different articles and commentators on YouTube and things like that talking about whether or not there's a value in a college education, or why should students get a college education, and is it worth it? And a lot of different questions centering around that.
Mhm.
And these are really good questions to be asking. My answer is there are a variety of reasons why a college education is very, very important and should be considered part of one of your major life goals.
Mhm.
It has been, among other things, it's been proven empirically over and over again that people who graduate with a college degree over the length of their working lifetime, their salaries are dramatically higher than those who only have a bachelor's degree. But more importantly, a college degree, and especially one at Thomas More, and especially one in the College of Business, focuses you on the essential skills that you will need to be successful in your life.
Mhm.
Part of what we are trying to do is not only teach you what accounting is and what finance is and what economics is, and those are important things to understand. But part of what we're trying to teach you is how to think. And when I talk to employers, local businesses, and I've worked in several different universities in several different parts of the country, and I've talked to employers in all of those locations, and I've asked them, what is it that you're looking for when you try to hire somebody new? What is it that you're looking for when you are looking to promote somebody into a managerial position? What are you looking for in terms of personnel to guide the company into the future? And the answers are remarkably the same, no matter where you are, no matter what the company is, no matter what field they're in. They want people who can think. They want people who can communicate.
Mhm.
They want people who can take a leadership position, but yet understand what it means to be a team member.
Yeah.
They want people who can find a problem, not just react to one, can find a problem, pull together a team to address that problem,
Mhm.
solve the problem, and then communicate to the hires up or the stakeholders, this is the solution that we came up with the problem, to solve that problem, implement it effectively, and then look at the data coming back to determine whether or not that solution needs to be tweaked, or whether it's fine the way that it is. This is the basics of what it means to be an effective human being,
Yeah.
never mind an effective manager. We all have to do that in our lives. If a problem pops up or we locate a problem in our personal lives, I would hope that that's how you go about attempting to
Yeah.
solve it. That's what a college education will do for you.
Mhm.
And that's what a Thomas More education will do for you. And that's for sure what a College of Business education will do for you.
Yeah.
We teach you how to do those things. And so the motto that I just gave you, we're the ones who get it. That's what I mean. We understand that that's what you will be called upon to do for the rest of your life.
Mhm.
As long as you live, you will be called upon to find problems before they become crises and approach those problems and address those problems in a rational way where you're looking at the data that you're accumulating and to determine what's the most efficient way to solve that problem, and then look at the results and determine whether or not you were correct or whether or not you have to tweak this. And then be able to communicate that to whoever it is that needs to know that you've done, what you've done. These are really, really serious, important life skills.
Mhm.
Without them, I can't imagine you being successful in anything that you do, whether you're being, a plumber or a priest or working in a nonprofit or a for-profit or CEO. No matter what you do, you have to be able to do these things,
Mhm.
and that's what a college education teaches you to do. The people who are saying, "Well, you don't need a college education," I'm not sure they've actually thought through the implications of what that means. You do need a college education.
Mhm.
And I would go further. You need a college education at Thomas More. You need a college education at the College of Business, where we get it. We
Yeah.
take this seriously. These are important skills to know no matter what field you go into. And we were told over and over again that 20 or 30 years from now, our students who are graduating now will be working in fields that don't exist yet, not jobs that don't exist yet, fields that haven't been invented yet. So the question as educators is, what do we do to prepare students to succeed, to thrive in these? And that's the answer to it. Because these skill sets will be applicable no matter what you do,
Yeah.
no matter what field you're in. And that's what we concentrate on. In addition to things like, you know, the ability to be an entrepreneur, the ability to understand what sustainability is in terms of care for the earth or social justice. All of these things will become vital to what you end up doing for the rest of your life, whether you're successful in what you end up doing. And I'm really confident, I know that that's what we're doing for our students. Every faculty member that we've got has done it for a living at some point or another.
Mhm.
They've gone in, they've rolled up their sleeves, gotten their hands dirty, whatever the metaphor is. They've gone in and done it. And when they come to the classroom, they're telling you what it's like out in the real world. Every faculty member that we've got cares deeply about the students. I have never, as a dean, I have never had to turn to my faculty and say, well, you know, you can't treat students like that. You have to make them important. They all understand that, and they all work with it. We've got students who graduated 10, 15 years ago who fondly remember, you know, teachers that they had in econ or stats or whatever. It's like, wow, that's amazing. But that's how good our faculty are.
Yeah.
The three colleges, Natural and Health Sciences and Liberal Arts and the College of Business work very closely with each other. Very cooperative with each other. The arts management minor is a cooperation between the College of Liberal Arts and the College of Business. The concentration that we have on sustainability is a joint venture between Health and Natural Sciences and the College of Business. So we're not gonna, you know, shuttle you away into some little you know, silo. We're going to have you work with the other areas of the university. You'll be working, you know, shoulder to shoulder with people that are studying completely different things than you. You will understand diversity. You will understand the point of an education. You will understand the life skills that you need to succeed. And we will make sure that as you walk away from this university, you will be bonded to us because we're the ones that have given you those opportunities. And one of the things that has amazed me in the slightly less than 3 years that I've been here is how bonded our alums are to the university.
Absolutely.
It is amazing. And as I said, I was just on this trip to Japan. There was a total of 23 of us. Some of the alums were 74 years old. They graduated in the 1960s, and they were still bonded to the university. They wanted to come on this trip, and they were mixing and mingling with 19-year-old, you know, sophomores and juniors, and they loved it.
Yeah.
The younger students loved it. The older alums loved it. And to me, that says, you know, family and community, and that's one of the things that we do really well. So I am delighted to be here, and I would be delighted to introduce the College of Business to any and all who want to come in and talk.